everyone, welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurship Decoded. I'm so excited for you guys to meet Kenny today. He is a broker for the Revolution Financial Management Company, and I'm just excited for you guys to learn about him and then his experiences as well. So, Kenny, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on. I'm doing well.
Yeah, I'm excited. So, like we kind of just talked about, I would love to hear your story. Who were you before you turned into this the broker for the company you're working for now? And then I'd love for you just to explain kind of where you started from.
Okay. Yeah. So I grew up. My dad was a business owner, so I kind of worked for him for a while and whatnot. And I knew at a very young age that I wanted to be business owner, entrepreneurial, but it took a while to me to find exactly what avenue that would take. I've grown up in doing delivery for rental companies. I've done warehouse work. I've done delivery for candy companies. I've kind of been all over the board for a little bit. And then the last few years is finally when I found where I want to be and the vehicle that would help me fulfill my passion and live my dreams. And that's essentially how I came across Revolution Financial Management.
Awesome. So how did you just change your path? So you said you worked in different areas in life. You grew up basically in a business setting with a dad who owned a business, so you kind of had that mindset. But did you have to go through different challenges and obstacles to get into the journey that you're on now, or was it easier to kind of step into it? Did you feel like because you had that background?
With that background, it helped kind of give me a taste of what I wanted. It just took some trial and error to figure out what was best to fit me. I tried over here a little bit, and then I tried over here a little bit, but then I'm just kind of fine-tuning, if you will.
Yeah, that's most people go through that, where they have to try a bunch of different things before they find the one thing that they're really passionate about. So that's cool that you were able to do that. So what is this passion that you talk about, and how does it kind of drive you, motivate you to continue what you're doing now?
Well, the biggest passion is serving others, and with Revolution, I serve them on a financial level, which allows me to serve them in other ways, help them reduce stress or whatever. And then just, with the income I get, I'm able to, have the money to serve others, just doing random charity things or just buying dinner for someone that's having a bad, rough couple weeks or something, just things like that. So
that's awesome. Yeah, that kind of fulfillment in life is really worthwhile, and that kind of kindness is something that we all really need in life, especially right now with all the hectic chaos going on. So I appreciate the people that's continuing that and going through doing services, even though what we're going through right now. So I appreciate that. Through all of this stuff and what you've learned, through all of it, what has kept you going other than your passion to serve other people? Have there been outside, external motivation factors, internal, anything that's been driving you to continue just trying to, from trying to figure out what you wanted to do to continuing what you're doing?
Well, kind of external / internal, because they're family, is seeing my kids and knowing, that they're looking up to me. They're going to follow my example. And if I quit, then what's that teaching them? One of my mentors told me years ago, how can we tell our kids they can be anything if we're not? So there are days that I want to quit, then I come home and see the look in their face, and I'm like, okay, I got to get my butt in gear and get out there and win.
Yeah, that's a great motivational factor. So, if you don't mind, I'd love to know more just about your family and your background that way.
So yeah, I've been married 10 years, have 2 boys, handful of animals, dogs, rabbits, and fish. We love to spend time together. We go camping, fishing. We like to travel, and just to spend lots of time together when we can. And that's one thing I love about business ownership is it gives me the control to be able to say when I'm going to do what. I don't have to ask anyone. I don't have to fill out a form or anything like that.
Yeah, totally. Working for someone else really inhibits what you can do and when you can do it. So it's really having your own business is something that I think a lot of people could either do on the side to just have that freedom to go through and do what they actually want to do. So through your Revolution Financials Management company, what exactly do you do with them, and how does that create your own business for you to utilize and like be the forerunner for it?
So yeah, we help people with pretty much anything financial. We help them figure out where they want to go and where they are and create a path to get them there. Anything, it could include anything from just simple savings to retirement to life insurance to anything in between. We help, and we also do an educational approach. There are so many people out there that have no idea the tools and resources they have access to. They don't even know they exist. So we're trying to show them what's out there and how it works, and then just show some light at the end of the tunnel for them.
Cool. Yeah. So
that allows me. Or go ahead.
No, yeah, I was just continue.
But yeah, that allows me, as a business owner, yeah, it's hard work as with any business and whatnot, but it's worth it because I get to see those results not only in what I've learned for myself and my family, but I can see that relief in other people's eyes, and that helps me add fuel to the fire, and then knowing that I could travel and still work or do that from pretty much anywhere or on my terms, I don't have to report per se or on a 9-to-5 schedule per se. It allows me that greater flexibility and creativity to flow.
Yeah, that's awesome. Has there been a specific time? There's probably a ton of people who you've really helped overall, but has there been like specific stories or experiences you've had with different families, people you have met or helped personally that really just resonated with you and helped you to really see the vision and the impact that you're making?
So yeah, there's been a few close friends of mine that they're like, that's out there? You can do that? And then see them go from, clear down here to way up here financially or whatever, or in their paying off debts or, accomplishing that goal, whatever that scenario is for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's cool you're able to help so many people personally as well, just, have that freedom and figure out what they really need to have the life that they want. So that's really cool that you can do that. So through COVID-19 and everything that's been happening, how has that changed, or it hasn't changed your business and how you operate with connected people and helping them?
Well, our company was transitioning to more online already, and so when COVID hit, it just it lined up perfectly with that. Just amplified, and what's what I'm looking for, just a perfect fit. So our business has gone up since COVID because a lot of people are more home and whatnot, and more willing to listen. Kind of when you're like, oh, I'm good or whatever, then when something goes wrong, you're like, crap. So people are kind of more in the acceptance frame of mind versus, the I'm good where I'm at, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, that does. So I'm glad that your business was able to continue and actually grow, because I think some industries were fortunate that way. They could grow through having people either at home or online, that kind of thing, but some businesses were really impacted by this. So it's relieving to see that other people were either able to pivot or continue working with what they're doing, with what they're working with. So it's really cool you're able to do that. So through everything that you learned through your challenges and, doing different things throughout your life and what you're doing now, what would be your advice to people either wanting to start entrepreneurship, financial services, anything? What advice would you give them that you either could have used when you were younger or, just find really great to use even now?
I think three main keys that I would give is one, don't wait. You don't have to be a certain age. You don't have to get to a certain point to start, or when I get to, or when I have, then I will, whatever. I just say start now. Two, don't quit. You might just have to pivot or switch things up a little bit, but don't quit. And then three, find a good mentor, somebody who is at where you want to be or ahead of you in the path you want to be on.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So just a few more questions. You keep mentioning a mentor, and I think a lot of people either have a community or a mentor or are looking for that. What are well, you kind of explained it, but what other advices or just really important facts that you've learned from your mentor that's really helped you through everything you've been through?
Again, the biggest thing that emphasizes don't quit, and then just the mentor for me helped me, tweak my approach if need be. If I'm coming at it in one direction, they say, how about you try it slightly different, or do step B, then step E, where you're doing step ABC, where at least to you looks like ABC, but in reality ADF works better, or whatever. And then also, sorry, I just lost my train of thought for a second.
Okay.
Anyways, it'll come back to me. Sorry.
No, that's fine. So, yeah, I lost my train of thought too. So through, I feel like asking the same questions, but through everything that you've gone through and everything that you have seen through helping people, what is, you think, the one thing that either can be specific to your industry or not? What is the one thing or a few things that you think that people should either have in their life or really work towards to improve their personal growth and then be able to provide more for other people as well?
So I remembered what I was going to say a second ago, and I think that'll also answer this question. Something my mentors taught me is dream big. So if you're dreaming big, your mind is opened up to possibilities, and I think that also helps with your growth, and achieving more, which will be the example for people around you and helping others around you as well as yourself. If you're dreaming a little bit bigger, and then you tell your friend who comes to that, and then they dream bigger, and then they tell you, and then they dream bigger, it's just kind of this constant growth. So I think that's been a real big key for me. And
yeah, that's awesome advice. I think we can end it there, make this episode a little short and sweet. So thank you, Kenny, for coming on here. If people want to get into contact with you, how can they do so?
I'll send a link. They could get to me via email at kennyingersoll@gmail.com, or I can give them my cell phone number as well, and they could just text me or call me directly, and those would be the two best bets.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'll put that so anyone who's listening or watching, his information is down in the description, so you guys can get in touch with him if you need any financial help, services, anything like that to just improve your life overall. So thank you guys for tuning in. I was glad to really introduce and to show Kenny and what he is doing with his life. As you guys know, that my product offer is now live, so you guys can get that. That is down below, as well as my ebook, and then other things that I've been doing you guys know about. So I'm just so glad that you guys were able to tune in again and just meet my guest, Kenny, today. So thank you, Kenny, for giving me your time.
No, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.